Not while I have breath in my lungs and a blade in my head.
I said kill him.
Ubisoft
doesn't care about black people.
Am I so out of touch? No, it's the children who are wrong.
Look, I'm trying to laugh the pain off because those of you that don't know, the only reason that I really got a lot of traction on social media, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and things like that is because of the video that I dropped on Assassin's Creed Shadows. And for all of the characters they could have used for Japan, all these kind of different people they could have picked from, they picked Yasuke. Why do they pick Yasuke? Because he's black. Now listen, I had been following this game since 2018, 2019 because I am a major Assassin's Creed fan. All the way back since 2007 with the first one where I got it on Xbox 360 because my mom's co-worker's wife worked at Microsoft and she used to give him games and he would give them to my mom and she would give them to me. And I played Assassin's Creed that way, and ever since then, I've been in love with the franchise. One of my favorites is even Odyssey. I really love Assassin's Creed. So when I saw that they were going to Japan and we heard that back in like 2019, I'm like, oh my God, finally we're getting our Japan assassin game. We're gonna have ninjas. We're gonna have all kind of The It really sent me the wrong way because I'm like, why would you do this? The first Assassin's Creed game based in Japan, and you decide to put a 6'4" African man as a playable character. Did you not think that was not gonna read weird? Not only weird, but disrespectful, not just to me, but to the Japanese people and to the other people or Assassin's Creed fans that have been waiting for this game to go to Japan. It just didn't make sense because every other Assassin's Creed game has had a main protagonist from the region that you play as. Yes, even Black Flag, because if you want to be historically accurate, which people like to pretend that Assassin's Creed doesn't do, which they really do, but that's another conversation. Most of the pirates during the time Assassin's Creed Black Flag takes place were Welsh. So yes, it makes 100% sense that Edward Kenway was the main protagonist. Nobody complained when Connor was the main character in Assassin's Creed 3 because it was during the Civil War and shit in America. It made sense. And the story that they were telling, it made sense. Assassin's Creed Odyssey made sense. Origins made sense. All these other games make sense. This one doesn't. It reads, oh, we just need a black man on the cover because, you know, summer of love and all that stuff. And boy, I tell you, I am upset. I am upset because this is the second delay of this video game, okay? It was supposed to release in November. They delayed it to February. I'm like, okay, I gotta wait a little bit before I can roast this game properly. And then they're like, no, we're not ready yet. We're gonna have it released in March. And man, I am so angry because I cannot wait to roast this game. You know what it was? It's because they kept dropping all that preview footage of the video game, and every single clip looked worse than the last one. You would watch the footage and go, yeah, this is clearly unfinished. This is not polished. Why is she snapping to the roof like that when she's trying to do parkour? Why is Yasuke such a main thing in this video game? It didn't make any sense. And then you had the reveals to Endymion from people that used to work at Ubisoft that the main character was changed around 2020, and we all know what was happening around 2020 from a Japanese male protagonist to Yasuke because representation and what I said in my video, brownie points. And not only that, you have the vice president executive producer of the entirety of the Assassin's Creed franchise, Mark Alexis Cote, coming out and saying, well, more than half of the people that are working on this game have never worked on a game before, let alone Assassin's Creed. My brother in Christ, are you dumb? Everybody's already roasting you because you've had flop after flop after flop after flop, with the stock of Ubisoft dropping 40% in the year of 2024 alone. And Ubisoft itself is waiting for Assassin's Creed Shadows to come out because that is supposed to be your moneymaker. It's supposed to be the thing that's going to turn the company around, which we all know nothing is going to save Ubisoft. So coming out and saying more than half your team has no idea what they're doing doesn't make any sense. And did we forget about the god-awful Tory Gate design that they had for the merch? Did we also forget that they were stealing merch from One Piece using a prop One Piece sword like it was Yasuke? Did we forget that they were stealing real-life people's emblems and signatures and stuff like that to put in a video game without permission? Did we forget that they were getting architecture wrong, thinking that the Chinese architecture was Japanese?
But wait!
There's more!
Did we forget about Thomas Lockley bringing in his fiction about Yasuke and pretending that it was fact? To the point where he even ran off of social media because everyone was calling him out. Yours truly. Did we forget about them battling over the Wikipedia post about Yasuke because of the facts and fiction that was going on with that character or historical figure? Did we forget about Sashi Smith Hori, that Ubisoft brought her on for a consultancy about Japanese culture and how she was trying to look into transgenerational sex in between samurai and their apprentices? And then, when you think it couldn't get any worse, not only did the first delay, they delayed it to February, Black History Month, the next delay is March 20th. And what is that for Japan? It is notably one of the worst terrorist attacks to ever happen in the history of Japan. They could not get this right at all. There's so much going on with this video game that it blows my mind that they think they have any chance of success. And another thing that's so hilarious is the pure hubris of Ubisoft to think that they can announce expansions coming out after the game releases, knowing good and damn well that you need to make sure that your game actually releases in a functional state and that people are there to play it in the first place. These people are delusional. They deserve everything that's coming their way, man. It's so crazy to me. There were rumors that they were trying to, minimize Yasuke's presence in a video game, and I didn't think that was too true because they know they can't go back on what they've already done. But if you look at a lot of footage that they're showing, they keep showing who? Naoe. Most of the footage is, hey, look, parkour. Hey, look, stealth options. When you see Yasuke, it's like 2 frames or something of that character. My belief, they're definitely trying to tone down his presence in a video game and cutting out some of those quests that were leaked, like Yasuke going off on his gay adventure. They're probably doing everything that they can to delay this game because they know it is going to be a shitstorm as soon as it drops. But I will give them credit, though. They moved it out of February because they knew Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was going to spank that ass, and they obviously knew Monster Hunter Wilds was definitely going to grab them by the back of their neck.
Relax.
And it's hilarious because the first delay, they said they needed to spend €20 per month after the delay. So it was November, December, March, February. You're already up to 60 million. Now you're delaying it another month. You're up to almost 80 million on top of the reported 200+ million budget for this video game. There is no way that this game is going to pull a profit because of the controversy that they started themselves, and there's no way they could turn the company around. So it's hilarious watching them say, oh, we're going to delay it because it needs to be polished. We need to delay it because we need to do all these things, when nothing you do will save the game or your company. And I'm getting upset because I keep trying to plan these 24-hour streams every time the game's about to drop, and y'all want to delay it out and ruin all my plans. Thank you, Ubisoft, and your mismanagement. But I am vindicated. Every single time something comes out about this video game, I lick my lips. Fuck, so good, because I told you guys when I dropped the video, the only reason they put Yasuke in the game as a main playable character is because he's black. And everybody, and I mean everybody, figured that out as soon as they saw the poster, because it's clear as day. We already was going through everything that was happening with Gamergate 2. We've already seen what's been happening in movies and TVs for the last decade plus. So everybody knew exactly what they were doing. I took all the heat from the black community. I got death threats. I got threats against my son and my daughter. I got called all kind of coons, baboons, whatever kind of slur you can think about. I got called everything except right, because I was. All the people that was trying to defend this game, where are they now? They're all making fun of Ubisoft. They're all making fun of Assassin's Creed Shadows now. Except Joraptor. He's still trying to cling on to Ubisoft. He needs to let it go. I've been watching him since like 2018, so I have no ill will towards the guy. But my guy, you need to face reality. The shit is hit the fan. But to be honest, it really is a sombering thought. This is a franchise that I have loved ever since I was a literal child. Like 11 years old, 12 years old, I played the first Assassin's Creed game and I absolutely loved it, and I've played every single one since. Yes, even Rogue in Assassin's Creed Unity, which admittedly I didn't finish at the beginning because it was bugged out, but I went back and it's a really cool game. I've been looking forward to another Assassin's Creed. I got over 100+ hours in Odyssey and Valhalla alone. I really enjoyed this franchise, and I am a person that doesn't just love the Assassins part, I love the Isu lore. I love everything that's going on with the world building for Assassin's Creed. So I hate to see a franchise that I really love go down like this, but they have nobody to blame but themselves. I saw it a little bit in Assassin's Creed Valhalla with the Asian Vikings. That shit threw me way off. And then when this came out, I'm like, okay, we know exactly what you're doing here. You're doing the exact same thing that Hollywood is doing, so I guess you gotta pay the consequences. And yes, I took all of that heat for months about my video, and I stood 10 toes down because I knew that I was right. I knew that other people saw exactly what I was seeing, but they were just too afraid to admit what was obviously in their face. And now we are months down the line. We were a month out from release. Now we gotta wait like another month, and everybody is saying the exact same thing that I was saying. It didn't make sense, and you're doing nothing but setting your game up to fail. I will be doing a 24-hour stream when the game releases though, and I will be objective with the video game. I'm not going to just roast it just to roast it. If there are good elements, I'll say there's good elements. If there's bad, I'll say there's bad. But I will be objective and I will be truthful. But I doubt that I'm going to be wrong, which is this game will be mid. Now don't get it twisted. The game won't flop. It's Assassin's Creed, but will it underperform? Abso-fucking-lutely. Y'all let me know what you think down below. Do you agree? Are you happy that this game keeps getting delayed and that Ubisoft is going to have to sell off more of their IPs this coming year, because we know that's happening? And if for some reason you're still delusional and you disagree with me, please put it in the comments, because as you know, I can go toe-to-toe with anybody. But hey, as always, y'all be easy. I will see you on the next one, brother.